Hey everyone, Caddy to the Llama here. Just coming at you with another anime review. Over the last couple days, I was able to watch the Netflix anime High Rise Invasion. It's from Zero G Animation, uh, and it's not too bad. I felt okay about it when I was watching it. Um, it's written by um, the same writer who brought the show Ajin to Netflix. So they're not familiar. They're not. There's no carryover in storyline at all or anything. It's pretty different story. Um, it's a rather interesting anime. I just have to say that the animation is probably low A tier animation, maybe B tier animation. I relate it very similar to the animation that's on Seven Deadly Sins or Seven Deadly Sins or geez, what was the one? Hmm, I can't remember. If I remember, I'll mention it. But it's very similar to the Seven Deadly Sins animation, where it's not like it's not. It's definitely not S tier animation. A little bit of CGI, uh, you know, uh, but main characters are two main girls, several other minor characters that we meet throughout the show. Main characters are Yuri and Miyu, and the storyline is actually uh, pretty interesting. There's really nothing that it's similar to that I have seen. There is one similarity in the storyline to the Predators movie from the 2010s with Adrian Brody, where it just starts with the characters in a new dimension or new space, new reality, wherever they're located. You never really do find out. Um, they're just wake up here. They don't know how they got here. They don't know what the purpose is or anything. They just here. They're just here now, and lots of interesting things happen throughout the show. Lots of interesting developments where it starts out where you think it's just um, killers, running through the same space as innocent people and scaring them basically into killing themselves, and it evolves into, a whole interesting storyline of, they're being chased by these masked murderers, and the masked murderers turn into something completely different by the end of the series, by the end of season one. Um, the regular people are completely different. It takes a very interesting turn where it's just a bunch of normal people running around at the very beginning to not normal people. You don't see any normal people really anymore by the end of it. And I enjoyed it, but it definitely wasn't something that I found super entertaining. Um, it was okay. Um, I definitely, the best part about it is the interesting parts of the storyline. You know, um, the development of some of the characters I kind of liked. It'll be interesting because it's definitely not finished. It'll be interesting where they take it in season two. As of right now, though, I don't have too many likes that I liked about it. It's pretty much just the storyline. Uh, the characters were kind of, they start off whiny and then they build into, very strong feminine characters, which I have nothing against. I just, how they got there is always kind of, it just depends on how they got there. And um, Some dislikes I found about the show. Also parts of the storyline where, like I said earlier, to where how it starts out is definitely not how it ends, which has to, has to happen in story development and everything like that. But it's just such a dramatic shift, like it's just normal people to just, literal monsters running around, like just otherworldly humans running around in this place. And it's got the typical anime thing with it. I actually found when I reviewed The Daily Life of the Immortal King, I actually looked back on that and I enjoyed that this is not, that there wasn't much of this in that anime. But with this one, it's got the typical, um, it's got the typical underwear shots for no reason. It's got half naked people running around for no reason. Um, the main character is sexually assaulted almost in the first 10 minutes of the show. I didn't think it was necessarily needed. It just seems like some pervy stuff that, the writers or the directors of the show wanted to throw in. I don't know why. I don't think animes absolutely need that to be successful. Um, it's pretty violent. This is definitely not a show you want to watch with your kids or anything like that, obviously, with what happens in the first 10 minutes. But not if you've seen Attack on Titan, definitely not that level of graphic violence, but it's pretty up there. A level, it's A tier level violence in graphics. A lot of people get killed, and you get to see most of it. Uh, there's some psychopath stuff where on different levels from different characters, throughout the show. I can deal with that. That's no issue. I'm really just not a fan of the pervy stuff. I don't, I don't understand it. If I was 15, I would have dug it. But I'm here for storyline. I'm here for depth of this, depth of the show, and that's just stuff that's not needed. I feel. And minor love story stuff throughout the show, very super minor. It seems like the two main characters, Mayu and Yuri, are slowly falling in love with each other throughout the show. Stuff like that. Other than that, it was all right. I don't know if I'll watch the second season. I'll definitely kind of poke into the show and see how it kind of turns out. But I definitely liked some of the other shows I've seen recently. The Daily Life of the Immortal King. I enjoyed more. Even the Godzilla show I enjoyed more. I'm also not a fan of the animation. Fairy Tail is the other one that I was thinking of. It's kind of fairy tale level animation where it's just not top tier. It's just not a S tier level animation, and you can tell. But other than that, it was an okay show. I don't know what to relate it to in terms of, it's got a very different storyline and everything like that. But it's all right. Maybe a B level show if we're going with the traditional S, A, B, C, D tiers. Probably a B tier level show. Nothing really grabbed me. That was a big thing. Is nothing really grabbed me with the show. Nothing really held my attention. Other than that, it was all right, I guess. If you've seen the show, let me know what you've seen. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit the like button. If you agree, if you don't disagree, if you disagree, let me know. Tell me what you thought of the show. tell me how it relates to the manga. You know, like that's one thing I'm always kind of curious about. I don't really take a lot of time to read a lot of the mangas, but I'm curious how how different this one is than the manga. So let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks.